Hi, I'm Jacey Skillman, and I live in Herndon, Virginia. When we moved to the area, we loved Herndon because it was a historic district. And our realtor, Jabbar Beg, told us that the best contractors were really Moss for the historic houses. We interviewed several contractors because you don't want to pick the first one. And one of the things I've always been told is you're looking for someone who likes the same kind of house that you like. And when Nick came to talk about our house with us, he liked all of our ideas and he was just as geeked out over an old house as we were. The wow experience for me was the initial part. I wanted someone to play with the house with us. I wanted someone to look at all the ideas that we had thought of, where things could go, how things could be. We were not just adding a kitchen, but we were also adding a master bath, and we had to figure out which room would work the best, which views would work the best, where the load-bearing walls were, and to have someone who was as experienced as Moss was and as trustworthy as Moss, that really made a lot of difference to us. I really think that the island makes the biggest difference to me. We've had 20 houses because my husband's in the military, and for every house, there's a scene in it that you can see yourself using the room. And with this room, I kept thinking of Christmas and that I wanted to bake with my grandchildren. I wanted to cook with my son-in-law. And I just pictured everybody around this island. And so this Christmas, when everybody was here and we were all cooking, it was really a dream come true. The problem with the historic house is they didn't have master bathrooms. So you have to find a place to put one. And with this house, there was a hall that just emptied into two different staircases. It was kind of a useless space. And Moss was able to figure out how to put up the walls so that the bathroom was big enough not only for a big shower, but for the big bathtub that I wanted. That bathroom was no joke. It has 3 different doors to the outside in the bathroom, plus the closet door. That's a lot of doors to accommodate. And then there was a big brick chimney that we had to work around that was not going anywhere. And because they had never had plumbing there, all the plumbing lines had to be added. And it was really complicated. We wanted to keep the heartwood, the heart pine that's in there. And because we weren't gonna put down a tile floor, they told us that everything was gonna have to go up through the ceiling of the old kitchen. So they took down that whole ceiling, added all of the plumbing, which was really, it was really beautiful and looked fabulous, and was hard to do, and yet they made it look really effortless. We could never have done that ourselves. We were afraid of the bad contractor stories you hear about them sending one person to your house and then this going on forever and things not being done. I was worried about that too, but because so many of my neighbors had used Moss, I knew I didn't have to worry about that. And one of the things I really loved about this process was the team of guys who came. It was the same team of guys every time. And so I felt like they had some ownership over the project too. They had this one guy who did all of the trim work. What a craftsman. Just beautiful, beautiful work. And so I think that one of the advantages of Moss is they've been in business a long time. They've put together these teams of people. They've got them run by people like Chad, who are good leaders. And they let the craftsmen do their thing. And that's really important. Yeah, this is definitely my dream home. The people who lived in this house before us, they bought it when they were about our age, and they moved out finally when they were 86 years old. I plan to stay here until we're 86 years old. I love it here.